Good morning, Panther fans. Welcome to one tired old man and one old man. I don't know what do you send me some of those pills, Stu, because I'm alive and Stu is awake and ready. Stu is ready to go, and Stu is just absolute. So we're just gonna hand the mic over to Stu. We had 7 hours of streaming last night, so good morning. It's way too early, bro.
Dude, I'm watching the replay. How sick am I? I mean, what a fucking game last night. 7-2-1.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, who would have thought it? Hey, dude.
Yeah.
15 points.
Yeah, you wanted me to share the standings, right?
15 points in the last 10 games. That's never say never with this team.
Here we go.
Played like shit the last.
There you go.
All right, so check it out, boys and girls. We're right in the mix.
We're right there now. Unfortunately,
wait, you're showing the wrong graphic.
What? That's the. Oh, I can't. Oh, I thought you said you wanted. Yeah, you wanted this.
I sent it to you. Put that one up.
Man, that's going to take 10 minutes here. We can't do it. I screwed that up, so you just have to.
Yeah, you screwed that up big time. All right, so I'll talk about the game before you change that to what I sent you.
All right, so I'm going to stop sharing that.
Basically, here's my analysis of the game. It was a must game against a really good team. Krill the Thrill. So we come out, we pick up 2 goals. This is the Lion King show again. I'm like so impressed with this kid out of nowhere. And I had the nerve to say, we have a no-name backup. Well, that's because I never heard of him and never watched the game, but I'm so impressed. What poise.
All right.
4 great saves. 4 great saves. 5
La Savigna. We'll just sing a song. All right, here you go. There you go, buddy. We got it up now. Okay, I find it's early in the morning, but I managed to get it up. All right.
That's not the one that I sent
you. That's close enough, dude. That's good enough.
The one I sent you had the wild card race.
That is the wild card race. Look at it. Wild card.
Okay, cool. Okay. I don't have my glasses on. I'm old.
I win one. I won one.
Hey, John Hopkins, did you ever reply to that challenge? Yeah, I'm old. I ain't no punk, though. F you. I ain't forgetting.
All right, let's talk about the wild card standings.
All right, so listen. 15 points in 10 games.
Yes.
Look where we are.
Yes.
We take down the Penguins.
Now, the Penguins played today.
Okay.
They played the Devils. So that's going to help a little bit because remember, you see those 3 games in hand that the Penguins have. One of them is today against the Devils. So that's just as huge as the game that we're playing head-to-head against them because, 3 games in hand, I mean, it looks nice here now, right? Because we're 2 points behind. But if they win their 3 games in hand, that's 8 points behind. So,
like I said, we can't worry about these guys. We got to just do our own thing.
I'm more looking at the Capitals. The Capitals, I think, are the team that we're going to catch. We're in a much better position to catch the Capitals because we're only 5 points out and we have a game in hand in them. So
I want that first wild card.
Yeah, we're still going to play Boston, but.
Yeah. Well, don't laugh.
I'm not laughing.
We beat them once already.
Yeah. All right.
So here's what I'm worried about.
What's that? Can I stop sharing that page now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Maurice made a comment in the post game.
Right.
About putting Knight in the Ranger game. Possible.
Right.
Bad move.
He got a shutout last night, right?
I don't care. Bad move.
Okay.
Ride this kid. This kid. He's got confidence. The team.
You're gonna make me do what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do this, but you're gonna make me do it. Now, Lyon has played really, really well, and I don't necessarily wholeheartedly disagree with you. However, I'm only doing this because he's played 2 games, and both games he's allowed 2 goals in the third period. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm saying.
But they weren't his fault.
I grasp that they weren't his fault. I'm just saying you got the 2 games. Spencer played both kids played yesterday, right? Both Lyon and Spencer played. Right.
Are they back to back?
They're back to back.
Okay.
So one of them's got to play. One of them's got to play the other. We assume. I don't know. They may throw Spencer Knight back out there for both. That's just my take. Look, Lyon has come in and done really well for us, right? There's absolutely no complaints that way. But you gave Spencer Knight a contract to be the backup next year. He's going to get $5 million. I understand the riding the hot hand. I do understand that. But at the same point, you're dealing with, you got Spencer Knight's a young goaltender. He's not a veteran goaltender. He's going to start blinking a little bit if he's ready to play.
Okay.
And he's the backup to this guy, Lyon. That's just my take on it.
All right. So what do? You put him in against the Rangers, or you put him in against the Penguins?
I put him in against and honestly, even to your point about Lyon, if somebody wanted to say Lyon is playing better than Knight, I would still put Lyon in against the Penguins because the Penguins game is much more important than the Rangers game. Because the Penguins game is the one where we got to win that sucker in regulation, right? If we take the Rangers to overtime or lose in overtime, it's not the end of the world. The Penguins is a must-have in regulation. So if for those who are thinking Lyon is a better option than Knight, I still would put Knight in against the Rangers and then Lyon in against the Penguins because to me that's the more important of the 2 games.
Okay, I forgot they're back to back.
Right.
I just don't want Knight to get bombed out at the Garden.
Well, that's why they've listened to me. They sent him back down, right? They did what they needed to do. He pitched a shutout. The Checkers won 9-0 last night, by the way.
Listen, as you said to me late last night, the Panthers are going to have to start paying us as technical advisors.
Yeah, an advisor's fee. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because
the least they could do is join the Patreon so they get access to the new 1 hour a day podcast. That's the least they could do.
I mean, it really pissed me off at the end of the game where Goldie was like, and I don't know if he used the word brilliant, but he basically said, this team has been different since they moved Lundell up on the first line.
I know.
And it just pisses the fuck out of me.
Poor Stu.
That should have been done at the beginning of the year. When I said it, it's a natural, and I'm not going to belabor the point, so let's move on from that. But
we're going to move on. But
that line, again, they're only going to get better.
Yeah. Now, I did get word that in his post-game press conference, Maurice said both Ekblad and Bennett are possible for Monday. So it looks like that's not long-term type stuff anyway. Which is good because when you're thinking upper body, you're thinking concussion. So it sounds like that might not.
Well, at least on Bennett's part,
right? I didn't see what happened to Ekblad, so
me either.
Then they didn't. Yeah,
but
they
he
didn't.
He got rocked, Bennett.
Yeah,
and it was a hit to the head.
Right. So
I don't know. Nobody. I don't think they ever showed an ISO on what happened to Ekblad.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
What was the word you said describing him?
Which one?
Like he always gets hurt. There was a word you used.
It was not fragile. It was something else. I know. I don't remember it either.
Injury
right now.
Prone is it comes to mind, but
well, and they said upper body, so that's not the groin at least again. You know what I mean? So
I know what happened to Forsling.
Was it his wrist?
I'll tell you how I know. Yeah, it was. There is because at the the stars of the game, he had tape around his hand and one of his fingers.
Okay, all right. So then he did something
But he comes back and scores an important goal.
Right.
My man.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's funny. They were saying on the stream, imagine the look on Ekblad's face when Forsling walks into the locker room. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Right. And then the Montour thing. I mean, Paul Maurice is winning me back over. Take the start of the season out. And I said this on the stream last night. I want to get, if you think this is accurate. I know it cost us a point in Toronto. We got a point and we won last night. I think these couple of episodes with Maurice just absolutely losing his shit in front of the team, sticking up for them, is actually good. I think it's a good thing because we have not seen him be emotional or no matter what, we lose 5-2. It's like, well, I like to play. We're getting there. So calm and so monotone. I think it's good for the team to have seen him just lose his shit in defense of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I wonder what I mean, there's a short list of things that Montour could have said to somebody to actually deserve a 10-minute misconduct. It's a short list.
I don't think he would be moronic enough to say something racial to Reeve.
Right.
But
yeah, well, if he
what quantifies a 10-minute misconduct in a scrum when we know the thousands of scrums that go on, there's rarely a 10-minute misconduct called on one player.
Yeah. Yeah. And if he would have said something that bad, you'd think it'd be a game misconduct.
And it's not like, he punched the guy. How many times you see Pat Maroon or Sergachev just blatantly punch a Panther and nothing happened to him?
Right.
So, anyway, great win. Must win, great win. We showed a lot of courage being down 2 guys. Then Forsling goes out. You got 4 defensemen huffing and puffing.
Right. Right.
Every one of them stepped up.
Yep.
Dadasenko continues to impress. And I don't think Maurice is sending that kid down.
No.
I think he finally has found his place. He just needs to get that first goal.
And he will. He almost got it last night.
Yeah.
That's going to come.
It's frustrating. It just reminds me of Mammon. Playing great in the corners, winning battles, doing checking and whatnot, but can't bury it.
Right.
The power play, I like the fact that Maurice is putting that second unit up there.
Yeah.
I mean, he should give them a minute each.
Right.
Split it.
Right.
Instead of a minute and 15 seconds or whatever, minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah. But he's been putting that second unit up first a few times.
Yeah.
So
Verhaeghe, what a shot.
Oh man, yeah.
But it was either Bennett, I don't know, maybe it was Rhino. I think it was Bennett. Somebody screened the goalie.
Yeah.
And that's why he scored. He just, our guy skated right in front of Gustafsson.
I think that was when Bennett was out, so it must have been Reinhardt.
Yeah, but he definitely took his eyes away for a second. And that's how you do it, man. And then, of course, Lundell wins a board battle, has the smarts to bounce it off the boards to himself. He passes the guy, and then great pass to Riney, and boom.
Yep.
So
they just keep putting it out there, man.
And they should have been doing this earlier in the year, but all right, whatever. As we talk as we.
I can't hear you. I'm cleaning my ear hairs with my Manscaped weed whacker. Yeah, feels good too. It's like a little ear massage in the morning. You should try that. You don't have a girlfriend, and ear massage in the morning.
I don't have a girlfriend, but I'm actually going on a date tonight.
Oh.
And
wait, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I actually used the lawnmower.
Is that right?
Yeah, and yeah, Manscaped. Just use the code Flying Fluffy for 20% off and free shipping. Great deal.
Are you good
Works
to go?
great.
Are you groomed? Are you good to go for
I'm ready to
tonight?
go.
You're ready to go. All right. And there's no like band-aids and you didn't have to like wrap it in any bandages or anything. You're all set.
Nope, I used the guide. They give
Okay.
you,
Yeah.
give you a
Yeah.
little.
Use the guide.
They give
The-
you a little clipping guide. Yeah, use the
yeah.
guy's
The
guide.
instructions say use the guide, by the way.
Yeah, because if you
It's
don't,
drawn out. They send it to you in pictures. And it's like there's like when they show the guy with the blade with no guide, there's a big X. It's like, no, use the guide. All
yeah,
right.
if
Yeah.
you're stupid enough to would not use the guide, you are going to regret it.
Well,
All right.
everybody's gonna try. Everybody's gonna say, I could do it. And then no, use the guide and use code Flying Fluffy at manscaped.com. So
All right,
all right, back to it, back to what you were saying.
back to the team. All right, so we got the Rangers in Pittsburgh, and then I think we got the Kings coming back. But Rangers in Pittsburgh, 4 big points. 4 big points. Rangers at the Garden, always a challenge. But we got to keep doing what we're doing. And you notice almost every game in this streak, and I'm going to call it a streak, even though, we lost a couple of games. The Toronto game,
Right.
no comment.
No comment.
We've gotten the first goal.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And that's important. And what I liked about last night was we got 2 of our goals with less than 30 seconds left in the period. That's huge. The first one, I think it was 24 seconds. And you can't stress enough what psychological impact it has on a team. Just look what happened in the Toronto game when Matthews scored with 1 second left.
1 second left. I know.
Yeah, that freaking took us from like here.
Yep.
So,
so the 4 games before the All-Star break are Rangers Penguins Monday, Tuesday, and then another back-to-back Friday and Saturday, Kings, and then the Bruins. So there's no rest for the weary this week. This is as huge of a week as you can get.
Well, Rangers and Penguins to me could go either way. The Kings, some nights they look good, some nights they don't. So That's a team we should beat. As far as the Bruins go, I think we're gonna beat the Bruins. We're home.
Right.
We're kind of on a roll here. It's the last game before the break. We get 9 days off to heal.
Yeah.
That's big.
It's perfect.
They just gotta give it all in that game.
Yep.
They just gotta go nuts in that game. They gotta play smart. We only had 2 power plays we gave up. We had 2, they had 2. That's good. The games when we 7 power plays for Toronto. Look what happened. So if we keep the penalties down to 1 or 2, that's great.
Right.
And that's reasons. Because when the penalty kill is out, as well as the power play, the other guys don't play.
Right.
So
it's a good point because that those 9 days off. With the style that we play, I think that break is going to benefit the Panthers. I don't say more than any other team, but quite possibly considering the position that and the other part to that is that by the time we play the Bruins, if we win the right games, if the right things happen, we could legit be in that 8th seed by the time we play the Bruins, which would be a little bit of a minor playoff preview.
Not yet. Let's do it. No,
what?
Let's do it, and then we can.
Oh, we gotta win the games. I'm
Exactly.
going by we're gonna win the games.
Got to shut down. Listen, got to shut down Panarin. Got to shut down Kreider and Zuccarello.
The Rangers fans, for every time I see, every once in a while, Gallant is trending on Twitter, and they're not happy with him. They are some of the bitchingest and complainingest group of fans I ever seen. I mean,
well, it's
you
New
know,
York.
they they were pretty good last year. They're fine this year. They're going to be in the playoffs. And I guess they're complaining that he's not playing the younger guys enough, and he mixed and matched the lines the way that they didn't like and everything. I get it, but I guess as Panther fans, we look at it differently. If we're in the top three in the division, we ain't really bitching about too much. You know what I mean? That's not the time to rip the coach, but some of these other franchises, their expectations are so high. I can't imagine ripping the coach when you're in the top three seed. I mean, it's hockey. There's other players on the ice too, But no, that's it, man. Look, Bob, we're not going to have these two games, and then the thing is, it's possible for the weekend. So again, with both sets, we got 4 games, both of them back to back. You got to get Knight in there somewhere. So
I predict Bob is back for Boston.
I don't know, man. I mean, why? If we're winning, I mean, think about it. With those 9 days off, why rush him back? If Lyon and Knight got the fort down,
I agree,
and he could take that extra 9 days off at this point.
Well, let's see what happens after Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
That will be. I won't say a determining factor, but that will have an impact on Maurice's decision. Because I agree with you. Why rush him back?
Right.
And you're right. These 9 days are going to be good for us in the way of, these guys got to be banged up, bruised and banged up.
Yep.
Goldie made mention of Mark Stahl and how many shots he's blocked. Mahura has blocked a lot of shots.
Yeah.
9 days will be good.
Yep. No, that's and then we start off when we come back, we've got the Lightning at home. So,
and here's something I want to mention. If you guys don't know, Max Pacioretty blew out his Achilles tendon the other night.
Yeah.
I watched the replay. I don't know what happened. It didn't look like anything crazy as far as what he did.
The Achilles tendon is just if you hit it at the right exact angle with just the right amount of pressure, it doesn't matter who you are. It's math. If you hit it at this magical angle with the magic amount of pressure and you hit those numbers, it's just gonna pop. And it's just one of those things where some guys, I feel bad for, man. Because it didn't.
Yeah.
No, it just doesn't look like anything's happened, and you see it, and you see when a guy just goes to set or plant, and then they grab that, they grab the back. I mean, that's it, man. Those suckers. That's why it's the Achilles, right?
There was a reason why I mentioned that.
Okay.
Because someone on Twitter basically said, "Why rush Duclair back?"
Well, because he needs
let Duclair continue to rehab, okay, and bring him back for the playoffs.
Disagree.
Or wait, bring him back with 20 games left.
Well, yeah, and that's about where we're going to be by the time he comes back. I mean, there's only 35 games left or something like that, right? So he's probably not looking at coming back until after Valentine's Day and everything. He's still, so I think there might be 25 games left, but he's got to play himself into shape. You can't.
Lucic, Duclair, and Desenko. There's your third line.
Yeah. No, we agree there.
As Billy, said, got to get him back to tops. No, you don't. We got the top 6.
Yeah.
Hopefully Bennett is not going to be out. I'm just worried from what I saw last night.
No, Marie said
I
it's
know
okay.
what
He's
he
okay.
said. I know what he said.
You know,
But that's wishful thinking. To me, it looked like he has a mild concussion. But then again, I'm not a doctor.
Right.
Oh, you know what? He said it was some type of twing or twinge or
You're right. Yeah, what probably it's and actually it's lucky that way because what Nerfel had said on the stream was that his head and neck area bent really awkward. So if the neck took the brunt of it and not the head,
right,
then there's no concussion and it's just a matter of how fast he can heal up and get back.
Right.
So,
And they could do therapy on, whatever tendons, muscles, whatever.
Yeah.
They can do stim, they can do, massage, whatever.
Right. And the question is Ekblad. What you know what I mean? They also had said that he could possibly go. So yeah, but that dude can't stay healthy.
Nope.
Because you have to assume, one has to assume. I mean, you saw how Forsling came back, so you have to assume that we would hope if Ekblad's really gonna just like go out of a game that he's really hurt. You know what I mean? You start to wonder. I don't know. I kind of almost don't want to say it, but I guess he's just fragile. I don't want to call him,
injury prone.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. No.
And he was starting to play better.
He was starting to play better. This just popped into my head. I mean, I guess he's too slow, so never mind. I was gonna say that if he can't stay healthy as a defenseman, make him a forward, but he's too slow. So it's not Mike Matheson. Can't do that. Right? So, well, look, we pulled it out. That's all that matters. So
let's just give a shout out to Lombard and Giovanni Smith.
Yeah.
Because those guys are spark plugs. And
Tierney played well too.
And you called that one. But let me point out Giovanni Smith and what he brings to this team. Because we always look to Gudis as the enforcer.
Right.
We know Lombard could mix it up. But now we got this kid. He's big, he's strong. And you know what? He knows his place on the team.
Right.
Ryan Reeves is a badass. He's always looking to mix it up and fight and whatnot. Right. And this kid, he's not afraid of anybody.
Nope.
So we now have a true enforcer. And it's important because when you got a fourth line guy that could mix it up, it's not the worst of losses, as opposed to Gudis.
Right.
Very important part of the defense.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm liking more and more the Stahl-Montour combo.
Yeah,
I really am. They're settling in to playing good with each other. Of course, Mahura and Gudis, they're solid. I forgot who's playing with Forsling now. Obviously, he was playing with Ekblad.
Well, it was Ekblad, yeah.
Maybe did they move Montour up with Forsling last night?
Well,
while he was in.
They would have had to, right?
Oh, wait a second. We were down Ekblad, so
we were down Ekblad, right?
So kudos to the defense,
right?
Because of the minutes that they played.
Yeah, no, that's the other thing.
I think Mahura played 19 minutes last night.
Yeah.
Other than the 10-minute misconduct, Montour would have played 30.
Jeez.
So that's I mean, Carlson, he's in that 30 range. Burns, he's in that 30 range. So hats off to the defense.
Yep.
So, again, the keys to Monday is shutting down Panarin, Kreider. I always you have trouble with one player's name. Azuzjan, whatever.
Savannah's So, man, I can say it if I'm not trying to follow you, but you get me tongue tied with it too. We'll just call him the Z Man. We'll just call him Z Man.
Cannot pronounce, and then I don't know. Listen, it could go.
It's going to be a physical game. It's going to be
the bigger of the two games, obviously, is the Penguins.
Yeah.
And that's just shutting down Crosby, and man, I'm brain farting all over the place.
Malkin, Crosby, Gensel,
Gunsell. That's the guy. And
Letang. Yep, the whole crew.
Yeah.
All right.
We could take 3 out of 4. 4 out of 4 would be better, but
we're in the conversation. That's all we need to know right now is that we've crawled ourselves back to where 2 weeks ago with games in hand, we were in last place if you took games in hand.
All I want to tell you guys is this. St. Louis at the break was in last place, and they went on to win the cup.
Yeah.
So, they're talking about this team has found their identity. You're spot on one thing, and that is that this dump and chase system can only work if we win the battles in the corner.
Right.
And we're doing them.
And that's
for the most part.
Yeah, no, that's the biggest thing that's changed.
No, another thing that's changed, and we said it, the power play and the penalty kill.
Yeah.
I want to know what the record is for penalty kills since in this 10-game.
Well, Goldie said since the Christmas break, since we came back, we've got the number 1 power play in the league. I don't know about the penalty kill, but
that's even bigger.
That Toronto game probably hurt our PK stats. That probably hurt.
Last night they got 2.
Yeah.
So and you see how Minnesota how quick they moved that puck around?
Yeah. Well, we weren't able to play as aggressive as we'd like because half the damn penalty kill was out at one point. So all right, Panther fans. Yep, that's it. Before we run, making sure I'm going to make sure everybody knows. Next Friday, I start a 1 hour a day, Monday through Friday podcast. That is for YouTube members and Patreon supporters exclusively. On the regular channel, I will be releasing a clip from that video every day, maybe a 5-6 minute video to give you guys a little bit extra content and let you know what the podcast is kind of like, what it's about. But if you want access to the full 1 hour Monday through Friday Flying Fluffy Sports podcast that starts on Friday.
And how much is it, buddy?
You join the memberships or the Patreon. It's $3 a month. There's levels you can join at higher levels,
and you're getting some great content. Listen, you got to support this channel. All right, this is Eric's only source of income. He has basically given up everything else to do this. We have 6.08 followers now, subscribers, whatever you want to call it. We need to get to 7,000. All right, we're 6,100 right now.
Right.
If you're not subscribing to this channel, Flying Fluffy Hockey, the number 1 podcast in the world. Listen, we bring you great content, special guests. Hey, what other Panther fan podcast brings you Billy Lindsay and Randy Moeller? Okay? You guys are definitely getting your money's worth. So support this guy. $3.
It's 15 cents an hour. It's 15 cents an episode.
Peanuts.
That's funny.
Super chats. Eric does 7 hours of fucking live streams.
Stu's my salesman.
The guy is freaking dedicated to giving you guys the best Panther content that you're gonna get anywhere on the internet. So I'm urging you nicely to support my friend. I don't get anything.
Stu is his own bad cop, good cop. I love this.
I do this for the love of Panther fans and for the love of the team.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have no monetary, incentive in this. It's all about this guy. Okay, so this guy has given up his freaking, business and whatever. He's totally dedicated
Yeah.
to growing this channel. So I don't mean to be a dick about it, but seriously.
I love it.
All
I
right.
love it.
Support the channel. Comments. You know,
Hey,
I always like to have comments.
Stu, I
Except
got a
I don't
question
like
for you.
I don't like being called a punk. You can call me old, all right? But if you're gonna call me a punk, you better fucking back up with facts. Why
He came back, I think, in the next review. He made another comment. You got to check that out. Now, I got to ask you, because you're a salesman your whole life, I got to ask you, well, with like any of your sales clients, at the end, have you ever closed it with, I'm not trying to be a dick, but.
No.
No.
But I will say 99% of the time I get the sale.
He gets the sale. Yeah, he gets the sale.
All right.
Man.
It's something
All right, guys.
It's something that you can't say. I can say
Yeah,
as your
I
co-host
appreciate it.
and your biggest supporter. I just see the dedication and the love of our subscribers and the love of the team.
No, I appreciate that, bud. I appreciate that.
You know, you guys, you want to rag on me, go ahead. Do it in a respectful way. Make me laugh. I don't give a shit. All right? But I will tell you this. We got Randy Moeller coming up.
Yeah,
we're just trying to coordinate schedules.
Yeah.
Because I'm anxious to hear what, Randy has to say as far as, where the team's at and whatnot. So
Yep.
You need to subscribe and hit that notification button so you'll know
when he comes on.
I get notifications when, Eric's coming up with something. And that's all I got.
All right, guys. We appreciate it.
Rangers.
On to the Rangers. This is going to be a hell of a thing. Colin and I will be back. What's it? It's 8:45 now. We'll be back, I believe, at 2:45. We got both, and there's no break in between the games. There's no break. So, yeah. So it's another 6.5. It'll only be 6.5 hours today. Hope we should have better games today because last night's football game sucked. But we streamed the entire time. We did it the entire time. So appreciate everybody that's showing up. And I'll see you again in about 5 hours.